Hey, what's up everyone? This is Jesse with Viral Thoughts, and today we're talking about Harry Potter, the Sorcerer's Stone, the movie. Yes, I know it's a bit of a throwback, but I started watching the Harry Potter series again. So I decided to review the movie for you guys. Just a quick bit of history. The first book, The Sorcerer's Stone, or Philosopher's Stone if you are in England, came out in 1997, and the movie came out in 2001, 4 years later. When it comes to pop culture, in the early 2000s, Harry Potter was the thing. So that is just very interesting that it is still going on more than 20 years later. So let's get into the main body of the review. Now keep in mind, I'm only reviewing the movies, not the books. I'm trying to just look at the movies for what they are and not have them connected too much to the source material. As far as accuracy goes, I want to see if the movies are telling a good story. So without further ado, let's get into the elements of drama.
Do you mean to say that thing that killed the unicorn, that was drinking its blood, that was Voldemort?
Do you know what is hidden in the school at this very moment, Mr. Potter?
The Sorcerer's Stone.
The first element of drama is plot. The plot of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, well, I think most of us know it. A young boy is in a miserable position with his uncle and aunt, and he discovers that he is a wizard and is brought to the school, Hogwarts, for magical training. And while there, he discovers a plot to steal the Sorcerer's Stone by the evil Lord Voldemort, or He Who Must Not Be Named. Now I'm going to go through some of the questions I go through when I rate a movie. So first off, did it have a plot? Well, yeah, it had a plot. So that's the most basic of basics. It had a plot. Was the plot entertaining? Well, yeah, it's still entertaining even as an adult. Was the plot engaging? I would say so. It is a kid's movie. I mean, the kid Harry Potter is only 11 years old at the time. Was the plot memorable? This is an external thing because keep in mind, this is the first of a great big series. So yeah, I would say it was memorable because of the series it became. Did the plot have twists? Well, yes, it did. Think about the end when Harry Potter gets to the final chamber and he discovers that it's not Snape. It is Quirrell who is going to get the stone.
You? No, it can't be. Snape, he was the...
Yes, he does seem the type, doesn't he? Well, next to him, who would suspect? Poor stuttering Professor Quirrell.
But I don't think that it is that big of a twist. It's not super original. It wasn't a new take on it thing. It wasn't like a super awesome thing, but the basis of there is very basic, and actually sometimes the basic is very good. There is a MacGuffin used, which is the Sorcerer's Stone. The Sorcerer's Stone is a MacGuffin because a MacGuffin is an object that people fight over or do stuff for no apparent reason, for no plot reason. It's just simply they have this object that exists to fight over, basically. So using a MacGuffin isn't necessarily bad, but used in the wrong way could be bad. I think they did a fair job with it, though. I give plot a 4 out of 5 star.
Holy cricket! You're Harry Potter! I'm Hermione Granger. And you are?
Ron Weasley.
Pleasure. You two better change into your robes. I expect we'll be arriving soon.
On to character. Were the characters cliche? Well, you had the smart kid, the stupid kid, the rich kid, the oddball. Like, you had the archetypes, but they developed, they were around. Each of them, these characters have a backstory that you can tell, especially the three main characters, Harry, Ron, and Hermione, where they all have backstories and they do change and they do develop. Now, were the main characters engaging and relatable? I would say so, especially for young kids who often feel out of place and are trying to find out who they are. They're relatable because a lot of us have these desires to fit in, to know who we are, and to do the right thing. And these characters portray that in a pleasing and a engaging way. Now, were the side characters engaging around a dynamic? Maybe not. I mean, you do get a sense that there's further to know. But as far as the movie goes, there's not a whole lot of detail, especially on Malfoy. I would have liked more detail on Malfoy. Now, did the main character make a sacrifice that mattered? I would actually say no. Harry did not make the sacrifice in this movie. It was actually his friends, Ron and Hermione, who made the sacrifice him to get to the end. So that is interesting that the main character didn't make the sacrifice per se, but it was his friends that made the sacrifice so he could get there.
Ron, no!
What is it?
He's going to sacrifice himself.
No, you can't! There must be another way!
And now I give character a 4 out of 5 star.
It does not do to dwell on dreams, Harry, and forget to live.
The next element is theme. Now, was there a moral to the story? Yeah, there was a moral to the story. It was actually explicitly said by Dumbledore near the end of the movie, which is that love is strong, or love conquers evil.
Harry, do you know why Professor Quirrell couldn't bear to have you touch him? It was because of your mother. She sacrificed herself for you, and that kind of act leaves a mark. No, this kind of mark cannot be seen. It lives in your very skin.
What is it?
Love, Harry. Love.
And that's interesting because it does play a role in further movies. They keep on revisiting this early on through the entire thing. There is a bit of ends justifies the means. So first off, Voldemort definitely is an end justifies the means kind of person. But also Harry also breaks the rules in order to defeat Voldemort. He's out of bed at night and he wanders the castle when he shouldn't be. Most of the theme is based off of Harry doing what's right despite what others think he should do. Now another question, was the theme a little bit cheesy? I would say the theme was a little bit cheesy actually. Now is the theme preachy? Well, that's a bit interesting because near the end, Dumbledore does explicitly say the theme, but it's not said throughout the entire movie until that point. I give theme a 3 out of 5 star.
You'll be okay, Harry. You're a great wizard. You really are.
Not as good as you.
Me, books and cleverness. There are more important things.
Now on to dialogue. Now was the dialogue cliche or predictable? I would say not at all, because the writers of the movie used a lot of the actual quotes from the book, and those were some very, very unique sayings.
You're a wizard, Harry.
I'm a what?
It was good. They moved things along. You had the characters especially had some good dialogue that no other character would say. There's a lot of funny quotes in there, like Hermione saying,
Now, if you two don't mind, I'm going to bed before either of you come up with another clever idea to get us killed. Or worse, expelled.
She needs to sort out her priorities.
Now, did the dialogue make you think differently? Probably not. I mean, I would actually think that some of that didn't make you think more about the character, more about the story itself. So I give dialogue a 4 out of 5 star.
Good luck, Harry Potter.
Next element is music and rhythm. Now this is great music. Let's hear that. That is iconic music. That is the sound of my childhood, basically. But that is a very distinct tune. It adds to a great tone to the movie. It lasts through the entire series of movies. So this music is very well done. And it definitely brings a unique vibe to the entire story. And it can get stuck in your head. That is up there with Star Wars and Pirates of the Caribbean. So I give music a 5 out of 5 star. The last element is spectacle. Spectacle is interesting in this one because the graphics is a 2001 graphics, and they're not as great as the later movies.
Right then. Right. Okay. Gryffindor!
The graphics are not bad per se, they're just old. They did good for what they had back then, but now we're kind of spoiled about the visual magic that we have. So there's that, but also onto the spectacle, there is the whole magic system, the locations, the world. They're awesome, like very iconic places and very iconic visuals. And with that, I give spectacle a 4 out of 5 star. Now the last element, this is actually not an element, but it's the last factor. I'm calling it the X factor, generic, but this is something that's a little bit separate than the Aristotle's elements of drama. It's the X factor, meaning what does the audience think? How is it influenced by the audience? How has it influenced the world? Now this one's easy because it has been out for so long, and there is massive amounts of worldwide communities around this entire series. So the X factor, I'm giving a 5 out of 5 star because it is still going. We still are giving movies and books that are in this series. So 5 out of 5 for the X factor. So with all that in mind, I give Harry Potter, the Sorcerer's Stone, a 4.5 out of 5 star. Now, why did I not give it a 5 star? Well, because it's not quite up to snuff as far as the audience the whole series is for. The theme is rather juvenile, when the whole series is actually a little bit more serious. Adding a little more serious to the movie, specifically the theme, could have really made that a 5 star. And plus, it's rather cheesy at some point. So that's that. It's simply because it's whimsical that it didn't fit quite with the rest of the series. So that's it. Those are my thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. If you like my video, the only way I know if you liked my video is if you like the video. So click the button, like the video. If you like what I was doing, please comment about any further throwback movies you'd like to see. And who is your favorite Harry Potter character? And what is your house? I'm a Ravenclaw. Knox.